If your trip has ended somewhere that you didn't plan, in other words, you didn't land at the airport you're expecting to, in fact, there wasn't any airport there at all, what you want to do is be rescued. That's the whole point. Maybe the VHF in the aircraft is working, great. Or maybe your handheld works, great, if someone is in range. What we want to rely on is an independent means of getting rescued. And that involves either a personal locator device or a survival emergency notification device. And these are pocket-sized devices, here's a couple PLBs, that send out a signal to satellites, or even these days, a watch that can communicate. It takes the search out of search and rescue. They fly to the GPS location, they see you waving, and they come get you. That is the best way to end this unexpected camping trip you find yourself on. A signal mirror uses the sun to attract attention by reflecting the sun onto an object like an aircraft passing overhead. The best signal mirrors are glass. The downside of glass is it's heavy and, oh yeah, it could break. So if you're going to carry a signaling mirror made of glass, make sure it's packed carefully. These days, we also have plastic polycarbonate signal mirrors. They're not quite as reflective as glass, but they weigh a whole lot less. Thing about a real signal mirror is it has a retro-reflective aiming grid in it that allows you to gain a fireball that allows you to aim it accurately, because you can do it one-handed that way. If you don't have that aiming grid, it's two hands. Then you can aim it, because that's the only way you can do it. You look over it, you aim it between your fingers, and then you're going to hit what's back up there. Sometimes you may not have two hands available. So a lot of women will travel with a compact. Guess what's in the compact? A mirror. Now, admittedly, it's not a signal mirror, but almost anything that reflects light can be an effective signal mirror. People have been rescued using the hologram on the back of their credit card. On the other hand, a lot of people say, well, I got a CD disc. It's shiny and it's free. No, it is not a signal mirror. For 15 bucks, you can have a real signal mirror with a real retroreflective aiming aid. Invest in survival, invest in a real signal mirror. So here I am with my signal mirror. I have the fireball and the retroreflective mesh, and I just keep aiming it at the aircraft. The pilot, the observer are going to see this flash, and maybe one flash they might ignore, but when they start seeing me follow them across the sky as they move and keep flashing them, they're going to know someone's trying to attract their attention. Nighttime signaling is about gaining the attention of aircraft passing by, because there are very few places in the United States where we do a lot of aviation search and rescue at night, because there are things to run into like mountains and such. The basic is a strobe, like this one. This will allow you to be found if someone flies over, look down, they see a strobe flashing, they're going to know you're trying to get someone's attention. I am a big fan of laser flares. These are small lasers. These are not laser pointers. There's a huge difference. Laser pointer sends out a very small beam, and it's really hard to hit an aircraft with a laser pointer if it's a long ways away. But these are eye-safe lasers, and what they do, there's a line. The laser becomes a line. And by the time it gets way out there, that line is thousands of feet long. And so if you aim this in the direction of an aircraft flying overhead, it will catch it, because you're not trying to get a little tiny dot on that aircraft. You're getting a line on the aircraft.